Oh, and another thing that I want to go ahead and clarify that made me make that decision, alright? So, I understand that being able to give back to the community, it helps out in every which way, alright? Now, churches go ahead and ask for 10% for tithe and offering. You know, what promises of a place that they may or may not end up going ahead and going in the afterlife, right? Well, simultaneously supporting programs like, gay conversion therapy that end up permanently traumatizing, the person that gets put through it. Now, when they end up going ahead and, encouraging such places, when the person that ended up going ahead and surviving civil rights and human rights violations ends up going ahead to sue, those same churches do everything that they can to just engage in predatory economic warfare in an attempt to go ahead and bleed the person dry to prevent them from being able to cover the upfront legal cost. Alright? Those predatory churches end up going ahead and getting away scot-free with their reputations intact, and ultimately the person that ended up going ahead and standing up for themselves after getting victimized and traumatized ends up going ahead and getting a double whammy, because now they're traumatized, victimized, and they're bled dry economically. Alright? So then you have those same churches going ahead and attempting to demonize people within the spiritual community, going ahead and having people pretend like they're part of the spiritual community to go ahead and, try to just distort and warp their personal beliefs in an attempt to go ahead and hijack whatever support that they end up having, regardless of the amount of good that a lot of people within the spiritual community end up doing through charity work. St. Jude's, there is literally not a predator in that situation. Not the doctors, not the families of the patients, not those kids fighting for their life. If you ask me, it's a no-brainer.